Hey everybody, it's the Axentator here, and if you know anything about me, you'll know that I'm not really a console gaming player, although you'll also know that I'm a very tech-savvy person, and today I'm bringing you a special video, a commentary, the gameplay will be TF2, about why the Xbox One is going to suck compared to the new PlayStation 4. Alright, so before I get too angry and screaming and stuff, I want to just give you the absolute facts about why the Xbox has so many flaws and why, in my opinion, Microsoft needs to throw away everything they've done and restart. Alright, so these are the biggest flaws in my opinion. There's many others, although among them these are the ones that stand out the most. Alright, the first one is that the Xbox One will always be on. It can't be turned off, even though it says it's off. It's still on, because how can it be off if it's waiting for you to say Xbox on and then it turns on? So not only is it always on, but it's always listening to and probably recording your conversation, although Microsoft will not record your conversation without your permission. It's still gonna do it. So this is a major privacy violation in my opinion, and one of the biggest flaws that the Xbox One will have, although by far not the only. Alright, the next problem is that the Xbox One will have a 24-hour internet requirement. Now, in some places this isn't possible, like third-party countries with people that are just starting to game. I mean, that's probably not that probable, but also, like, what about gamers like Syndicate and the Yogscast that bring it to airports and stuff, and they want to game there? You can't do it. You don't have internet. You need wired internet or wireless internet, but you can't do it. And not only that, but if you don't have internet for 24 hours, you can only play your Xbox for an hour before it locks you out. Now, the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 4 have none of this. Alright, and then the next large flaw of the Xbox One is going to be that there will be no used games. And used games include games that have been put into your Xbox and then brought to a friend's house to play. No, you can't do it on the Xbox One. They are messing up and they need to realize this. Alright, so before I go further, I just want to talk about specifically the no used games part. Alright, so before I get too far into this, just to make it clear, you can play the used games for 1 hour on a different Xbox. And that's like if you brought it to a friend's house, and then you can't ever play the game again on any Xbox that's not your own or the first Xbox it was put into. So let's just say that you bought a new Call of Duty Ghosts, and you put it into your friend's Xbox because you wanted to play it there before you played it at your house. You can only play it for an hour at your house, then you're locked out permanently. Alright, so the problem with this is that the Xbox, or Microsoft, is trying to make the Xbox One into a Steam-like interface. Now, if you don't know what Steam is, it's basically Xbox Live for PC, except a lot better. What they're trying to do, well, what Steam does is every weekend or when a new beta comes out for a game, they'll put it up for free on Steam, and you can try it out, the entire game, for free for a certain amount of time. And then they also run a sale at that time, so if you like the game, you can buy it on sale, and you can save money. And they can do this because they don't have used games, so everything is new and digital, so it costs them nothing to produce it. But Xbox Live isn't like this. It's DVDs, not digital. You can't mail everybody that has an Xbox a DVD and then have them mail it back after a couple of days. An Xbox is just going to take them far too much work to make it downloaded like Steam. And that's not how it's going to go, because they're already wasting a ton of money on the Blu-ray player if they were going to do the digital part. So it's not going to be like that. They are ruining their opportunities. Alright, so the other thing is that you might be saying, well, at least on the Xbox 360 you can give the games to people after you're done playing them. Guess what? You can do the same thing on Steam. I've given games away to my friends once I'm bored of them, and then they can play them. I mean, it's not something a lot of people know how to do, and I don't know if you can still do it in the new Steam update, but still, you could do it, so that's all that matters. It was able to do it at one time, and I think you can still do it. Not only that, but you can buy a game and gift it to somebody. The Xbox won't have any of this. They need to realize that they are messing up, and they cannot try to emulate Steam because they're focused towards DVDs, not digital downloads like Steam. I mean, what percentage of people that play video games on PC buy DVDs? Like, 1? And those 1% of the people are buying it because they're too big of games to go onto Steam or something. Like Microsoft Flight Simulator and X-Plane, which are like 30 to 120 gigabytes. It's just not probable. Alright, so now that we've gotten that out of the way, I need to talk about what's going to happen to the popularity of the Xbox versus the PlayStation. Now, everybody says that you learn from your failures, and I can definitely agree with this, because I've had many across my YouTube channel, across my life. Everybody has failures, and they learn from it. And Sony had their failure with the PlayStation 3. And Xbox has not had their failure yet. Although, if they could choose any time to have it, now is the worst. Because right now, Sony and the PlayStation, are going straight up. They're doing great. They're doing everything right. And although they're still not as good as PC, they will become what the Xbox One should be. And Microsoft has chosen this time, or it's just happened to them at this time, for them to have the failure right now. Because this is going to completely mess them up. A couple days ago, a 21-second video by PlayStation on their channel was released. And it was meant to show how bad the Xbox is going to be in terms of used games and sharing games. There will be a link to the video right now, and it's the Xbox. That one video could destroy the Xbox. Basically, what it says is it shows a guy, well, the video's called How to Share Games on PlayStation 4, and there's an Asian guy and a white guy, and the Asian guy goes, here is how to share game on PlayStation 4. And then it has like some fancy animated thing, how to share games on PlayStation 4, step 1, sharing the game. And the guy goes, here, and he hands it to the white guy, and the other guy's like, thanks. And then the video's over. It shows how easy it's going to be on the PlayStation, and it confirms that the PlayStation will not have this stupid limitation thing that Xbox is having, that apparently they must think that the PlayStation will have, or they think that they're trying to emulate PC or something, which they're not at all, because the PC does not actually do this. The PC simulates almost what you can do with a physical DVD. Xbox One will not do this. Alright, so back to the thing about the Xbox choosing the really bad time to fail. Xbox, could you at least try to beat the PlayStation in one way for tech-savvy people like me, or your fans that know the difference between specifications? It's not even going to be as powerful as the PlayStation 4. I mean, come on, if you're messing everything else up, can you not get that one thing right? Right now, the Xbox is much more popular than the PlayStation 3. I believe it's about 80% more popular. This is going to switch with the next generation consoles. Microsoft, if you watch this video, you need to ditch everything you've done with the PlayStation, or not the PlayStation, sorry, the Xbox One, and restart. You're not Steam, you're not a PC, you're not internet focused. I mean, what good games are there for free on PlayStation, sorry, I keep confusing them, on Xbox Live? No Team Fortress 2, no Blacklight Retribution, no Warframe. And guess what? Those are all going to be on PlayStation 4. Microsoft, you need to restart the Xbox One. Do not fail. But you are failing right now. Alright, so as you heard me saying in that last segment, I was talking about Blacklight Retribution, Warframe, and maybe even Team Fortress and Team Fortress 2. All on the PlayStation 4. Yep. PlayStation and Sony have officially released a trailer for 2 out of 3 of these games, and many more, the most popular PC games that are free to play on Steam. As far as we know, these are not coming to Xbox One, and if Microsoft did have them coming, you would think they would put out an advertisement for them so that they wouldn't feel, or we wouldn't feel like they were failing us so much. Alright, so if you don't know what Blacklight, Retribution, and Warframe are, they're both 2 very graphically intense, great, futuristic FPS games, and I really enjoy both. And when I saw that they were going to the PlayStation 4, I was like, where's money? Must get PlayStation 4. Looks awesome. Now I can sit on my couch like a lazy person and play my favorite games on PC in front of a 55-inch TV. And how awesome would that be? Except people that buy the Xbox won't get it. And for all I know, PlayStation may eventually combine with Steam, because that's what it almost looks like they're doing now. And then they may have every free Steam game, every popular Steam game that we love, on the PlayStation 4. Now that would be truly amazing. And I never thought it was possible. Alright, so after seeing the other parts of the video, you may still say that, well, although the PlayStation is going to have all those nice features, the Xbox is still going to have Xbox Live, which is better than PlayStation Network. Yep. But that was the last generation. This is today. This is 2013, new consoles, and Sony has completely redone PlayStation Network because they have learned from their mistake in the PlayStation 3. And the PlayStation 3 actually wasn't all that bad. But Microsoft, as far as we know, is going to have the exact same version of Xbox Live. And correct me if I'm wrong on this, although I've seen absolutely nothing suggesting or even bringing up the possibility of an enhanced Xbox Live. Not only that, but PlayStation Network will be free. And free-to-play games will not require PlayStation Plus, which will probably still be cheaper than Live. See, as I said before, the problem is Sony has learned from their mistakes, and Xbox is making the mistakes now. So if you do say that Live is still going to be better than PSN, I'm not so sure. I have faith in Sony, and I have a bad feeling, a good feeling for Sony actually, that they're going to absolutely crush the Xbox in every way, including social networking, social media, games, everything. Xbox is making a mistake and they need to fix it. I've addressed almost everything about the 2 new consoles now. And in this next video segment, I'm going to compare them to a new PC and just give some final details. Alright, so in this part, I want to compare the old consoles, the new consoles, and a PC, because you hear me comparing these to the PC all the time, and I just want to make some benchmarks and some little kind of basics about the differences and why the PC will crush the Xbox, but not the PlayStation. Alright, so if you don't know, the PlayStation and the Xbox, previously, neither of them were very powerful at all. I mean, like a PC for half the price of one of those consoles would be about the same. And a PC for the price of one of those consoles could absolutely crush it. I have no idea how they could produce such a complicated image like in the new games. And see, that's the thing why we have new consoles, because they just can't compete with the new graphics that we need. And that's why newer games, Battlefield 4, will not be able to run on the old consoles nearly as well as the new ones or even an older PC. Alright, so the PC, basically, it's a console with a keyboard and a mouse and no controller, and it has a much better looking image, and you can do a lot more with it. And you may say that it's a lot more expensive. I disagree, although that's not the topic of this video. The topic of this video is the PlayStation versus the Xbox. But the problem is, there's a different thing called Steam, which I've already mentioned, which will crush Xbox. Because, as I said, Xbox is trying to emulate Steam, but Steam has years of experience and success, and they cannot do that. And Steam fanboys, like myself, are not gonna go switch to Xbox. But we might switch to PlayStation 4 because of the new games, as I mentioned before. Alright, so other differences, there aren't really many between these two consoles, although overall, if I was doing a review of both right now, from the information that we know, and it was a rating out of 10, compared to the previous ones, I would give the PlayStation 3 a 6.5 out of 10. And the Xbox, 7.75 out of 10. Okay, how about I just say PlayStation 3, 7 out of 10, and Xbox 360, 8 out of 10. PlayStation 4, 9.5 out of 10. Xbox One, 5 out of 10. That's right, I believe, and a lot of other people are believing, that the Xbox 360 will be superior to the Xbox One. Not necessarily in every way, but the Xbox 360 was Microsoft's point of success in their triumph over Sony. And now it's Sony's turn to triumph over Xbox. Alright, so now that I've had a drink and I'm in a bit of a better mood than I was before, I'm going to make a small little conclusion about this video. If you're still watching and you've watched most of the previous parts, I know that I've been a bit rambly and hard to understand, maybe use some awkward phrasing at some points, and I apologize for that, but I am just so upset about the Xbox One. But if you have stayed with me this entire time, make sure you like the video and give me advice in the comments for new videos. Check out my other ones. If you have any questions for me about these consoles, or I got any facts wrong, make sure to leave a comment. And then, of course, I'm going to ask you to subscribe if you want to watch new videos and be alerted. Hopefully I'm going to get some footage of the two new consoles as soon as they come out. And other than that, let's just hope that Xbox can turn itself around and at least try to rival the PlayStation, because we know how frustrating it was when there was no competition to the 360, and that was the only choice some of us had. So anyway, I just hope that these companies can stop messing up, stop trying to emulate PC in Microsoft's case, because they're not a PC, and make a good console that's not going to hold gaming back for another 10 years. Other than that, I'm the Axentator, bringing this video to you. Again, the gameplay was Team Fortress 2 by me. I believe it was pretty good. I was 1-1 KD in the beginning, then I kind of got to 2-1, then 1-2. But I did end up finding some cool stuff like the Breast Beast. And other than that, I'll see you guys all in the next video. And hopefully that next video won't be so angry as this one, because maybe they can fix something by the next video. Adios.